All right, I'm here with the man, Josh Ford. Josh, how's it going?
Good, good.
So, Josh, I don't know how you do it, but right now I think you're the busiest man in MMA, quite possibly just the world. For those of you who don't know, Josh is a full-time fighter. He's a coach here at Grudge. He's a tattoo artist, builds tattoo machines, father of two, and now most recently he started another company, Ford's Fuel. Tell us a little bit about Ford's Fuel and what's going on with that.
So Forge Fuel actually kind of came about from me getting into sports nutrition and wanting to help other fighters with their meal planning and all that kind of stuff. And I actually started working with Shane. Just at first, when he first started coming back after his neck surgery, I was giving him suggestions for food to try. And the next thing you know, he hired me as his nutritionist. But Shane's such a busy guy, too, that he couldn't really follow the meal plan. He didn't have time to make all the meals. So I just started making the meals for himself. And I've always liked to cook. And I sort of got drawn into that. And now I've just decided to, kind of go full bore into making meals for athletes and, active people on the go that don't really have time to make good meals for themselves. So pretty soon Forge Fuel is going to be nationwide with, meal plans for fighters and the regular guy that just wants to eat healthy.
Right, yeah, well, that's very exciting. So how have you managed to find the time to still, do the training yourself? Because, like we said, you got so many different things going on.
I just go nonstop, like I wake up at like 4:35 in the morning, and I go until like 10 or 11 at night, and I just have my schedule slam packed, like I'm from one thing to the next, and it switches around. Sometimes it's training, fight, training. Sometimes it's training, fight, fight. Or work, and it's back and forth.
Right, for sure. Now, the next thing you have coming up in terms of fighting is July 23rd, Fight to Win, the Invaders card. You're fighting Nick Macias. It's kind of on paper looks like a striker versus grappler. How do you see that fight playing out?
Nick's a real tough kid, man. What's nice is I feel like I've gotten tougher fights every time we've gone in this, and he's got a good record. He's well known locally, and he just doesn't give up, and he's kind of good all around. He's definitely, I think, going to be tough to take down. So I've got to set those up good, and I think once I can get it to the ground, it's going to play more into my realm. But we'll kind of just see how that goes.
For sure, as you mentioned, you've been making a little bit of progression each fight. This one's the co-main event. Already seems to be getting some good attention. I actually heard them talking about the fight on MMA Meltdown Radio the other day. Do you feel excitement, pressure, anything like that with the co-main event status?
Yeah, I think the last fight I had, it was the third to last fight on the card. So it was weird for me going from kind of warming up right when the show starts and fighting to sitting around and watching guys warm up and fight before I ever even changed. So I think this will just be similar. And the fact that it's main event, co-main event doesn't really matter to me. It's
right.
It's just the time that I fight on the card. So.
Right. Now, is this your third fight at 145?
Yeah, basically. My first pro fight was a catchweight at 150.
Okay.
And then my last fight was 145. So this is my second one completely at 145, but
right.
Under 150.
So if you think you've adjusted to the weight, you feel comfortable there, everything?
Yeah, I feel real good. I actually feel like my body looks better now than it usually. It looks kind of how it usually does, 10 pounds lighter. So I feel like my new strength conditioning program and obviously my attention to food, I definitely adjusted more where it's not going to be such a huge drop.
Right. Other than that, how's training been going? What are we about 5 weeks out now, I believe?
Mm-hmm.
Has training been going good?
Yeah, training's going good. It's going well. Just kind of working on all areas, working a lot on my wrestling, working a lot on my jiu-jitsu, working a lot on my kind of like striking defense and how to set up my takedowns off the strike. So it's all been going good. It's been a good camp. Like I said, with my strength conditioning, it's the first time I've really done any kind of weights or any kind of weight training in probably 5 or 6 years. So I feel that's making a difference as well.
Definitely. Well, we're definitely excited to see you again. If there's anyone who hasn't seen you fight before, what can you tell them to expect on the 23rd?
I think it's going to be a good fight. Like I said, Nick's going to be tough to take down, but I think once it gets down, you can see a technician at work.
Awesome.
That's kind of where I like to go with.
For sure, that last fight was very Very impressive on the ground. Well, Josh, thanks for taking the time to talk with us, and I'm sure we'll touch base with you again before the fight. But good luck.
Thanks.